Hello and welcome. Welcome to Trucking Answers. It's the Sunday Rant, and it's the height of irony edition on today's Sunday Rant. That's right. You're going to love it. I couldn't believe it. Hang on to your gear shift and buckle in, because it's incredible what people will say. I guess some people will say anything. They don't care. They don't have any qualms about saying anything. So the bill that just passed to keep the government funded, because Lord knows if the government closed, what would happen? We'd all be free. Okay, so regardless of that, in the funding bill was tucked in there, way in there, by a Republican, a provision that under 21 drivers, there's this apprentice program for people 18 to 20 to go drive a semi over the road. And it requires a number of things. One of those is driver-facing camera is required for those people. You people. So in the bill is tucked in there, removing that requirement. Now, I hate driver-facing cameras. I don't think they should be banned or made mandatory by the government. I think people just shouldn't use them. Regardless of my personal view on it, a private company could use them and you just shouldn't work there. Or you should really give them grief about it. But to mandate it, right, and so they're going to take that out. And that's not the ironic part, okay? Government shouldn't be mandating this stuff. Government ought to leave us alone and just go crawl back in the hole they came from. The ironic part is, oh, by the way, do you know how many people have signed up for this program in like the year that it's been going on, or more than a year? According to them, a few dozen. A few dozen. That's all they got, and that's what they're mad about. They're like, well, we can't get 18-year-olds to drive our trucks at our lousy companies because the companies have to sign up for it and go through a bunch of hoops as well. Who came out and said, yeah, you know what's holding people up? These driver-facing cameras. That's why people won't come in the program, which is not, there's no way that's true. The ATA, the American Trucking Association, said that. They go, yeah, you know why drivers don't want to get in the program? Driver-facing camera. Do you find that the height of irony? Nearly every crap company is an American Trucking Association related company. And many of those have driver-facing cameras. You know your company's on the skids and going downhill when they stick a camera up there to watch you. All right, because if they thought you were a good driver, they would need to watch you all day and then have someone commenting your driving that doesn't drive and should have no business saying anything about what you're doing after watching 15 seconds of it. For example, would you, if you were a doctor, do you think it would be all right for someone that is not a doctor, doesn't do anything, to watch 15 seconds of their surgery and then critique them? Of course not, right? You'd say that's ridiculous. And it's the same here. But for the ATA to be the one to say, yeah, it's these driver-facing cameras, there's no way that someone who's 18, 19, whatever, thinking about getting into trucking, thinking, you know what? I'm living in my mom's basement doing nothing with my life. I think I'll get into trucking. Oh, wait a minute. They have a driver-facing camera. After they sit playing video games all day with a camera. Okay, so no. That is not the reason. Even the article says, perhaps the real reason is that people just don't want to get into trucking when they're 18 and be gone from their home. Yeah, duh. When the ATA comes out and says anything, if they're like a used car salesman of trucking, in my opinion. When their lips are moving, we know they're not saying anything useful. Okay, it's like listening to the teacher on the Peanuts. Okay, and Peanuts. That's what it's like listening to when someone from the ATA says anything. And as far as I know, no one there is a driver, and the spokesman that said this is not a truck driver. If that is not the case, they're welcome to let me know, but I've said that for years, and I've yet to hear from anyone that says, oh yeah, they can't even bring a janitor out that's a driver, okay? Because they don't have anybody that's a driver as far as I know. For them to come out and say that is just the height of irony, isn't it? Can you get over that? I can't get over it. Well, it's these cameras. No. Most of the companies that are signed up for this apprenticeship program, by the way, are ATA companies, because that's who takes new drivers out of truck school. And I know people say, Mark, people got to drive somewhere. Okay, I guess they do, right? But have to go through this. Ironically, the trainer for an 18 to 20-year-old has to have experience, and there's other requirements that are not required if you're 21. So I've always said that these people would probably get a better driving experience with their trainer than they would when you're 21. The trainer doesn't have to do anything. But no matter what that is, for them to come out and say that was just really something. They should go the same place Congress did and crawl back under the tread of a tire and don't poke their head out until they know what's going on. I know they think, oh, trucking, we think we'll say something and we'll be important. You're not important. Your companies are not good. That's what I say about them. And when companies put these cameras in, they're like, we know you're an experienced driver, at these places, but we're still going to watch you. And then we're going to have this person over here who doesn't drive. They've never driven. They barely can drive a car. They're going to watch 15 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever of your driving. And then they're going to have some kind of comment to tell you how to do better. Maybe that's the problem with a driver-facing camera. It has nothing to do with 19-year-olds going, I would do it, but, except for lytics. Now, I agree, lytics should go away. They should just go the same place Congress and the ATA goes, under the same tire tread. Just stay under there and just be quiet and don't say anything. Okay? The Height of Irony edition. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon, hopefully with a car, too, on Trucking Answers.